Hi everyone. I'm just going to show you a couple of different websites that are worth looking at for terms of what to grow, when to grow, and what not to grow, and how to fix the problems that happen. Obviously the first one to start is Gardening Australia. I've also included these on the website. There's a full list of the actual websites there. We watch Gardening Australia every Friday evening. It's good value. I always wonder how long Costa's beard's going to go. Now they have created a massive number of things on how to do anything, and they also have a fair bit on how to fix things as well. Just for example, this was a recent one: how to fix soil, how to make decent compost, one on weeds, and quite a useful one on what fertiliser to use. Now they have a list of videos, of which there are a lot more than we can actually bother watching, I'd say. But they do cover all the stuff. It's basically clips out of the various shows over the years. Don't try and read that at that speed. Now, the second site that's worth looking at is perhaps the competition, Vasily. His garden shows quite entertaining. It's very much backyard type gardening, family connections, had a lot of growing tomatoes, which is good. He's also got quite a large number of videos. A lot of them are basically him just doing something himself or telling the family how to do things, and they're well worth watching too. They're perhaps not as formal, but there's certainly quite a range of stuff there. Okay, this one is Karen Sutherland, who has a garden design business, and I've heard her speak a couple of times. She talks about sustainability and how to produce a garden that will actually do things. She's got quite a good selection of videos as well. Her material is normally well worth listening to, and if you get a chance to go and see one of her talks when she does it at the libraries, it's well worth looking at as well. She was also the author of that book on tomatoes, or one of the authors. Another TV version, the TV Garden Gurus, and again, quite a selection. One little minor hint with these is obviously probably it's best to check the Australian ones, because if you check the English ones, they're of course 6 months out of date. So just be a little bit careful. If it says plant tomatoes in June, you're in the wrong season. The next one is called Epic Gardens. This one I found by chance looking for various solutions to things. And again, there are a massive number of things there. Even one that's interesting is the different types of seeds, heirloom, hybrid, organic, and home collected ones and such. And planting a citrus tree. Basically, I assume it's dig a big hole and put it in it, but he will tell you a bit more information than that. The next one, this one, SFGF, it's American, it's square foot growing. So they have a series of veggie gardens which are simply a square foot, and they show you how to do things within a square foot. It's probably takes a bit of work. There's a good example of it. Now, the only thing with that is it would be good for rotation if you could keep track of things, but probably for most of us it requires being a bit more organised than I am. And there's a much more detailed one. Again, like a lot of these videos, they're just a short sample of what's going on. They run for 2 or 3 minutes at the most. They give you a good look at the issue, and then you can look in more detail. Apparently there's a course you can do on square foot growing. Another one I liked when I had a look through things earlier on was organic gardening, and it has a collection of basically how to do things properly. Quite a few topics. I must read this one later on, how to use cocoa peat properly as opposed to just putting it on the plants, how to convert soil, how to stabilise your plants, how to grow big leaves on your money tree. Haven't got one of them. And a little on succulents, which we have got quite a few. It also contains information on how to fix things when particularly our avocado plants, one of them had a lot of brown leaves or edges of leaves, and when we checked that, it was actually a matter of not watering properly, and therefore the salt was leaching up, and that was damaging the plant. So there are solutions for most of these things. Another one on growing veggies, specifically veggies. It's English, I think. And what it does have is a lot of stuff on how to avoid problems and how to solve problems, which is what I was interested in. and I think, again, choose when it's been there. Little bits on plants to dying using plant leaves to dye things, which is quite interesting. Unusual veggies that might tie in with Chrissy's one of what you could grow that's a little bit different and the problems that can occur with that. Okay, next is a good introductory one, even if it's got the logos at the top of things. How to grow just about everything, but it's the basics. Probably most of us have got a fair idea where to get going and where to start, but it doesn't hurt to go over things again and look at how other people do their garden beds, what they grow in them, and what you can grow. And for example, planting tomatoes, I'm one of those that just basically dig up the ground, put it in the ground, maybe a bit of dolomite or fertiliser and water, and that's about it. Now, this one is self-sufficiency, same as the Karen Sutherland one earlier, how to grow things for yourself and also how to fix things. I looked at this particularly because I was interested in how to solve tomato problems, because we've had a little bit of blossom rot this time, and we've also had some tomato wilt in the last year or two. Basically, that just means plant it in new areas, but we don't have enough area to grow anything extra in, because we have two big gum trees at the back which take out a lot of it. Now you'll notice you can either look at most of these as either just the video site, which gives you all of the videos they've got, which is quite extensive. The Gardening Australia one's got literally hundreds, and this guy's got a fair few too by the look of it. Or you can look at the playlists, which are basically a summary. Growing things in small spaces, quite handy. Dragon fruit, I've eaten it, but I haven't grown it. Even chickens, 61 videos on chickens. Oh well, quite interesting probably, but I'll watch that at some other time. Now this one I like, it's on heirloom plants. I like growing heirloom tomatoes, but there are of course heirlooms in every sort, and he goes into some quite detailed information, like for example this tomato, 16 minutes on that particular tomato, or 16 minutes on the bird's eye pepper. It's a great one, but it's rather hot. This one I've got the one I've got is AG pineapple, which is basically the same I think. And although a perennial, it's grown for 2 years now and it's doing far better in 2 years. I think most of my chili plants will now have for 2 years to get them going. They took a while to bite this year. That didn't seem to strike that well. More old-fashioned, organic gardening and how to use the veggies and that. And when to grow various things. Again, a massive number of videos, some of them quite long, 10 and 15 minutes, a couple of 20 minutes. But again, there is a playlist. The playlist has the benefit of telling you the range of things they are interested in. Build it yourself, that's always handy. But this is basically American. It's set up with perhaps plants that grow better there, but there's still probably plenty of wisdom on how to grow different things. This one I looked at myself because it was how to grow chilies, and it runs for 20 minutes. There are a number of videos on how to grow chilies, as you can see from here, and also other selected ones down there. The thing is, this year they haven't grown that well because of the weather, I think, and the ones I've grown will probably be available for chilies next year, not this year. There is one, for example, the Carolina Reaper, which is a super hot one, or it's the hottest one, and there are somebody who has about 20 different videos on how to grow that over a 6-month period. So one of the things is, whatever your specific interest is, or what you need to find out, just type it in and you'll find it. There is everything available. Again, this one's interesting. It's just little projects rather than particularly garden things. These are the garden sections. This person has a lot of videos that aren't garden related, but he has a lot of specifically ones for us. How to build a free shed. Although 85 videos will take you a while to get through it. But how to grow herbs from cuttings would be good. How to grow potatoes in containers. I've seen that potatoes growing in in a bucket, but I'm not sure how well that really works. Now, that realistically is the selection of material for web pages. The basic thing is go to YouTube, search, and there is an unlimited number of possibilities. Any topic, any question. I looked up wasps, gall wasp, because we've got a bit of it on our lemon tree. There's hundreds of solutions. A lot of them are organic too, which is good. Okay, well, I'll leave it to you. Thanks.